Ramadan is the ninth month of the Islamic lunar calendar and is considered one of the holiest months of Muslims around the world. It is a time dedicated to fasting, prayer, reflection, and community. The observance of Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, fundamental act of worship that shapes a Muslim's faith and practice. The origin of Ramadan dates back to the time of the Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century. According to Islamic tradition, it was during this month that the first verses of the Quran were revealed to Muhammad by angel Gabriel. The exact dates of this event is believed to have occurred during the Night of Decree or Night of Power, which falls within the last 10 days of Ramadan, often observed on the odd-numbered nights. The practice of fasting during Ramadan was instituted in the second year of Hijrah, when the Islamic community was establishing itself in Medina. The Quran expressly mandates the fast. Fasting during Ramadan is known as Sun, and adult Muslims are required to abstain from food, drink, smoking, and sexual relations from dawn until sunset. The fast is broken each day with a meal known as iftar. Exceptions for fasting are made for those who are ill, traveling, pregnant, breastfeeding, menstruating, or suffering from another valid reason. Fasting is viewed not only as an act of worship and submission to Allah, but also as a means to cultivate empathy for the less fortunate, develop self-discipline, and strengthen one's spiritual connection. Hello and welcome to Luch Global Ramadan Special. It is another time of the year for our Muslim fellows, and today we'll be talking about Ramadan meals. I am Chung Annamel Joseph, and I have a guest who will be joining me shortly after the break. She is the lead chef Gangaria Gidan Abinchi restaurant, Zainab Garba. So stay tuned, we will return after the short break.
Introducing Luch Global, a culinary journey around the world. Tune in to Global Television with Chung Annamel Joseph for a mouth-watering experience like never before. Join in as we explore diverse cuisines, exotic flavors, and exciting recipes from every corner of the globe. Luch Global.
Welcome back from the short break, and if you're just catching up with us today, it's Ramadan season, and it's another time of the year where our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters are observing this this moment of spirituality, love, purification and all of that. And then I said earlier that I have a guest who will be joining us, even though it's kind of delaying, but then I'm very sure she's going to be joining us shortly, and we're going to be looking at different meals that are being enjoyed or eaten during this Ramadan season. We know that basically we have 2 major meals, which is the iftar and the suhoor. One of the meal is to give you the nutrition and the strength to go through the day, while the other one is during the break of the fast. And when the guest joined us, she's going to be giving us more details about suhoor and iftar, because she is observing this moment, and of course she has all the details, coupled with the fact that she is a chef and coming up with ideas of having to help people, the less privileged, the people who are in the street without roof over their head. Now is a moment to show empathy. It is a season to also show love, and then that brotherhood, that sisterhood, that family thing doesn't have to be a direct family. This is a moment to express love. This is a moment to share love. So suhoor is the pre-dawn meal consumed before the fast begins. It is typically a wholesome meal intended to provide nourishment and energy for the day ahead. Traditional suhoor meals can vary widely depending on cultural context, but commonly includes whole grains such as oatmeal, bread, or rice to sustain energy level. We also have fruits and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables, they are very important, Then this also include date, which has which upholds specific significance. And if the guests join us today, she'll be telling us why is date so important, because there is no Ramadan without date. This period of fast, the first thing that each person eats before they break their fast is that they go with the date first, then water, and any other meal can go on. Now with the fruits, you can also go in with banana or salads for hydration and nutrition. You also have proteins such as eggs, yogurt, or cheese for sustained energy. And for hydration, which is very important, because there is no how you will be as an individual, after staying dehydrated for such a long period of time. You cannot do without keeping yourself very, very much hydrated. So the need of for plenty water is required. So plenty of water or traditional drinks like milk to prepare the body for fasting through the day. It's a common practice to eat a few dates and drink water right before the dawn prayer to begin the day's feast. Now this is what happened during sahur, because I said sahur is what you eat before what you eat before the next fasting. That's like pre-dawn. So once it's being consumed, at that point that you've literally after the fasting, you've already, your body is literally very weak. The nourishment has dropped, the hydration is no longer there. So before you start your day, or before you keep on going, you need that energy in your body to sustain you throughout. Now, when we talk about iftar is the meal that is being taken after the breaking the fast. That's in the evening, while sahur is the early hours of the morning, basically after the morning prayer, right? So iftar is the evening meal with which the fast is broken at sunset. It typically begins with the eating of dates and drinking of water, just like the suhoor. It also begins with eating of dates and drinking of water, then following the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, followed by a large meal that varies by culture and region. Typical iftar meal can also include soups such as lentil soup, which are nutritious and comforting, salad, which are fresh salad often accompany meals. Vegetables, they are very important. So it can be vegetable salad and it can be fruit salad. Then you have the main course. Now this can range from meat dishes like kebabs or curries to vegetarian options such as stuffed vegetable or rice dishes. Then sweets, sweet gives you the sweetness you need, the good feeling, like in the Indian culture, we know that they use sweets for so many things, for weddings, to tell you that they wish you like a sweet day during the day, like early hours of the morning. Now sweets represent so many things, and I'm very sure sometimes people wonder, why is it that our Muslim fellows like sweets a lot? Now, it is believed that, sweets give you a very positive energy. It keeps you sweet like your whole day. I know whenever you take it, especially during this Ramadan period, it's like you trying to invite all the good energy. It's like a culture. So many culture and many tradition have sweets to enjoy after their meal, and then there are so many varieties of them, or various types of pastries, often accompanied by tea or coffee. Now for fruit, it can be fresh seasonal fruit that are commonly consumed either fresh or in salad, representing the bounty of the season. Commonwealth iftar are prevalent, with family and friends gathering to share their meals, and many mosques and charitable organizations host iftar dinners for those in need. And I think this particular gesture, having to even cook people and give, to your fellow human beings. But these are people that sometimes you don't even just meet them. Sometimes you're just on your own, probably busy with your day, trying to go ahead to do your day-to-day activity, and you're now wondering, like, you don't even see these people. But during this particular season, this period, there are so much intentions. You want to support, you want to give out to the society, you want to even give out to God what He has given to you, by helping people, by providing them, by putting food on their table. And I mean, people don't just give anyhow food. These are food that you dedicate and say, okay, I just want to do this to this person and I want them to feel good. And this particular gesture just makes me always feel good, because when you see people being helped, eating and excited, then trust me, why won't God bless you? There's definitely going to be blessing there. Well, let's just go in and talk to our guest for today. Remember, I told you this particular guest is a lead chef Gangaria Gidan Abinchi restaurant, and she is Zainab Garba, all the way from Kano, and she has already joined us today. Hello, Zainab. Welcome to Lunch Global Ramadan special today. How are you doing?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me on Lunch Global Ramadan special today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so how is the Ramadan? How is the fasting going? I'm very sure you are on it. So how is it going so far so good? Today is the third day.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so you're going to be talking to us about the suhoor and then the iftar. So, before you joined, I was telling the audiences that, you're going to be telling us more details. We know that during the Ramadan season, the fasting period of Ramadan, date is like plays a very significant role in the fasting. The first thing you eat after breaking your fast is dates and then water. So why is date very important for some of us that don't know? But we know that it is very important, and if date is not there, it's like the day it has not even started. So why is it very important? Why is it a tradition?
Okay, thank you. First of all, fasting in the month of Ramadan is a sacred act of worship for Muslim worldwide. It is the time for spiritual reflection, self-discipline, and developing empathy for people in need, the blessed privilege, which starts from dawn and then end at sunset. So, dates, as you said, is just a Muslim tradition that you break your fast or you do your iftar with dates, because Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam loved dates. And anytime he wants to break his fast, he starts by eating the dates. So it's a tradition. And as you said, dates is very rich in sugar. So, and then it's a kind of nutritional food eaten and consumed at the time of the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So it's simply tradition. Yeah.
Because it's very educating to a lot of people, who are not in the Islamic family, but then the knowledge to understand and to know the importance, it gives an insight to every other person and willing to learn. If something is nutritious, is good for your health, then I don't think it's even a bad idea to consume that, whether you are a Muslim or not. So thank you for that. Now let's talk about the suhoor, because we know that there are two basic meals during the Ramadan period, which suhoor is one and iftar is one of it. So tell us more about the suhoor itself and then the iftar afterward.
All right. Sahur, as we said, is the food consumed at dawn. And this helps provide essential nutrients and energy to help individual power through their day while fasting. When you are fasting before, and according to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the sahur is a kind of food you eat just to hold up your energy,
Energy.
so
Right.
as you're not going to feel tired, too tired, or you're not going to feel dusted while you are at fasting.
Right.
Then when you sahur is you get a reward for even eating the sahur,
Oh wow.
you know, is a kind of and sorry, it's not everybody that eats sahur after all. Some
Okay.
just consume the dates, as we said. Some just take water. It depends on what you like, you know.
Okay.
Some people don't want to eat things at very early in the morning. So,
True.
but because of the reward attached to sahur, most people, you have to wake up early, you know, do some act of worship, then take your sahur. Sahur can be anything. It can be, you know, carbohydrates, it can be protein, it can be anything that will give you some energy
Energy.
for the day. Yeah, why iftar, as we said, is the breaking of the fasting at sunset. So this also is the time for you to replenish your energy, you know. It also gives time for family, you know, when you are at iftar, people invite their family and friends
Right.
to break their fast together. So both are very essential at the end of at the month of Ramadan.
Okay, thank you for that information. Thank you for that. So, there's a particular gesture that I commented, and personally, I love that because it is so interesting to see, the fellow human beings stretching hands of help and comfort and provision to other people who feel like, feel alone, feel homeless. And, at the end of the day, this period of Ramadan is one of their best moments because they do not have to beg for food. There's always an opportunity for them to eat. Like, food is literally provided in surplus, and then they eat and feed properly. So, as a chef that you are, I want to also hear it from you to know if those gestures, is it that every Ramadan do you tend to do things like that? Because we get to see some people, like on social media, have things they do like that. You cook in bulk and then you tend to give people at that point. And I feel you are a chef. I know you love to cook, and this is a period for you to show the world and then tell God, thank you for giving me this skill. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for providing me with the family that I have. So this Ramadan season, do you have any plans of doing search, or have you been doing it, or you have like a special event you want to, have to share your love and then give out these gestures to people who are hungry in the street?
Thank you for asking me that.
No.
Actually, I have this operation Feed the Poor
Okay.
presently is ongoing already. We cook for at least 150 people
Oh
daily,
wow.
and we share it to the Almajiris and, yeah, people that are in need. We do that now. We've started since the Ramadan has started, since Saturday. We've been
Right.
doing that, and you know, we have the capacity to do more than that, but capital is a major constraint. So we are open for donations, for, you know, interventions from good humanitarian people. Yeah, we are doing that.
That you have so much, like, good intentions. The economy is just the way it is. I wouldn't say it's bad, but we thank God. And then because we are alive, and then we're still trying to sustain ourselves, eat properly, clothe ourselves, and still put smiles on people's face. And I know that when there's a good gesture, there's definitely a reward that comes with it. And the idea that you're giving out to the community, to Nigerians, to the society, these are people that you don't even know, and the intention is there. I am very sure, God has a way of doing his thing, and I'm very, very sure somewhere, somehow, there's going to be an open door. And that's why Ramadan is good, because this is a season of blessing. You can't bless someone and you don't get that blessing in return. And I'm very sure that which you want to do, it shall definitely be accomplished. That I know for sure. But then, that gesture itself, is something good, and I would say you should keep it up because it's a good one. So, one of these episodes, we would like to also see, those gestures, and then tend to hear from the people that you've actually reached out to, and then you don't know what you might have done. You do to someone who might end up maybe being at a point where they're even losing themselves and they are getting food. Food is life, and I'm very, very sure, Zainab, that it's going to be fulfilled as the Ramadan goes on. I wish you the very, very best of this Ramadan, and then I pray that all your supplications and prayers will be answered by God as well. And because of time, we're going to actually be putting a stop here. Thank you for joining me on today's Lunch Global Ramadan special. I wish you all the best and all the blessings of the season. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And to all our viewers today, it is a blessed season of Ramadan. Whether you are a Muslim or not, always do good to people. And, you can always support your Muslim brothers and sisters as well to celebrate and, share this beautiful moment together. And of course, there's so much blessing that comes with it. Thank you for your time with me on today's episode. And thank you for all the people, and thank you to also our guests who took our time to be part of our program today. I hope to see you on our next episode. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.